America prepares for threats it can see: drought, floods, fuel prices, fertilizer shortages, trade wars. But what if one of the next major threats to U.S. agriculture was smaller than an apple seed? Hidden in grass, moving silently, multiplying every season, and already spreading across the country. This is the growing tick crisis, and if experts are right, it could impact farms, cattle, food prices, rural workers, and the future of American agriculture. What if the next food crisis doesn't begin in Washington, doesn't begin on Wall Street, doesn't begin in a drought zone, but begins with a bite no one noticed? Ticks are not insects, they are parasites. They don't chase prey, they wait. On weeds, on fences, on forest edges, inside cattle pastures, near barns, near equipment sheds, even in suburban lawns. Then they climb, they attach, and many times, you never feel it happen. No pain, no warning, no alarm. Hours later, nothing. Days later, fatigue. Weeks later, your body starts changing. And for America's farming workforce, that delay can be devastating. Who spends the most time where ticks thrive? Farmers, ranchers, harvest crews, livestock handlers, crop scouts, fence repair workers, rural families, hunters, veterinarians. The exact people America depends on to keep food moving. They work in tall grass, wood lines, animal zones, warm humidity, brush-heavy terrain, perfect tick territory. And if enough of them get sick, the damage reaches far beyond the farm. Because this story is not just about health, it's about economics. Imagine peak harvest season, corn ready, soybeans ready, weather window closing. Then workers call out sick, joint pain, fever, extreme fatigue, brain fog, shifts are missed, crews shrink, harvest slows, equipment sits idle. Every delayed day can cost serious money. Now multiply that across counties, across states, across an entire season. That's how a biological problem becomes a financial one. The exponential tick apocalypse. Most people think the danger is the tick they can see. It's not. The real danger is the thousands they can't, because ticks do not invade through strength. They invade through multiplication. What if just 10 female ticks entered a farm this season? That sounds small, harmless, almost laughable. But watch what happens next. The first generation. A single adult female tick can lay 2,000 to 5,000 eggs depending on species. Let's stay conservative. Just 3,000 eggs each. Now multiply that by 10 females. That equaled 30,000 eggs from only 10. And we haven't even started the real problem yet. Because nature doesn't need every egg to survive, it only needs enough. Let's say only 20% survive harsh weather, predators, dryness, and disease. That still leaves 6,000 live ticks from 10 original females. Now imagine half become female. That gives 3,000 new females ready for the next cycle. And this is where farms lose control. Second generation. Now those 3,000 females each lay 3,000 eggs. That becomes 9 million eggs. 9 million from 10 original females. Read that again. 10 became 9 million potential threats. This is why infestations seem to appear overnight. They don't. They grow quietly until the numbers explode. Third generation possibility. Now imagine warm weather, high humidity, plenty of hosts, no aggressive treatment. Some species can complete life cycles faster under ideal conditions, meaning the multiplication can continue. And once populations establish themselves, every season starts with a bigger base than the last one. That is how outbreaks accelerate. Why this terrifies farmers? Because one tick is manageable. 10,000 is expensive. 1,000,000 becomes operational. Now you're dealing with pasture treatment costs, livestock stress, lower productivity, worker exposure, disease transmission, repeated control programs, margin destruction. The first tick is rarely the crisis, the unchecked generation after it is. 10 female ticks enter a property. Month 1, 30,000. That is not conspiracy. That is arithmetic. Ticks don't conquer farms by attacking harder. They conquer farms by reproducing faster. And by the time people notice, the math is already against them. So if multiplication is the real weapon, what happens when warmer winters help more of them survive? In the 1980s, Lyme disease was considered relatively limited. Today, the CDC estimates roughly 476,000 Americans are treated for Lyme disease every year, nearly 500,000. And Lyme is only one disease. Tick-borne illnesses in America have surged dramatically over recent decades. New regions, new species, longer seasons, higher exposure. What was once a northeastern concern is becoming a national one. In the United States, several tick species pose serious risks to both humans and livestock. The most relevant include
the blackleg tick, the primary carrier of Lyme disease, the western blackleg tick, spreading similar threats along the West Coast, the American dog tick, linked to Rocky Mountain spotted fever, the Lone Star tick, aggressive, fast-spreading, and even capable of triggering red meat allergies, the brown dog tick, commonly found in kennels and urban environments, the Gulf Coast tick, a growing concern for livestock health, and the Rocky Mountain wood tick, present in higher elevation regions, but some stand out above the rest. For humans, the blackleg tick and the Lone Star tick are among the most dangerous. For cattle, the Lone Star tick and the Gulf Coast tick pose the greatest threat. Lower tone. Some threats don't strike all at once. They build slowly over time.
There is an Asian longhorn tick in the U.S., Haemaphysalis longicornis, known as the Asian longhorned tick. and it is considered one of the biggest emerging threats to livestock due to its rapid spread and ability to cause mass infestations. It has already been identified in several states, mainly in the east of the country. Infestation capacity extremely high. It can reproduce without mating, cloning, forming large populations rapidly. But human illness may not be the biggest threat. The livestock impact could be even larger. Ticks don't only target people, they target cattle. And cattle operations hate ticks for a reason. They can cause blood loss, stress, lower weight gain, reduced milk output, skin damage, lower fertility, disease transmission. A single weak animal hurts margins. A herd problem can destroy them for ranchers operating on tight profits. Tick pressure is not an annoyance. It's a business threat. America may be losing one of its best defenses: winter. America prepares for threats it can see. When are ticks most dangerous? Many people think summer only. Wrong. Highest risk windows. Late spring to midsummer. Tiny nymph ticks are hard to spot. These may be the most dangerous for humans. Fall. Adult ticks become active again. Mild winters. Some remain active whenever temperatures rise, meaning in parts of America, there may no longer be an off-season. Most Americans notice inflation at the grocery store, but price shocks often begin earlier on farms. If labor slows, if cattle lose productivity, if treatment costs rise, if yields drop, if logistics get delayed, then meat prices rise, milk prices rise, egg pressure rises, produce costs rise. The customer sees a number. The farmer lived the cause months earlier. So why aren't more people talking about this? Because the crisis is slow. Fast disasters get headlines. Hurricanes, floods, wildfires. Slow disasters spread quietly, county by county, season by season, budget by budget. That's why they're dangerous. By the time the public notices, the costs are already built in. After working outdoors, check behind knees, groin, waistline, scalp, armpits, behind ears. Watch for sudden fatigue, fever, unusual pain, mental fog, joint stiffness, rashes. Important, not every Lyme case shows the famous bullseye rash. Many never do. Waiting for perfect symptoms can be expensive. And now technology may become agriculture's best weapon. How America could fight back. Future defenses may include drone mapping of brush-heavy hotspots, satellite moisture analysis, AI outbreak prediction, smart livestock sensors, precision pasture treatment, regional warning systems, digital tick maps updated in real time. The same technology transforming tractors may soon be needed to fight parasites. Insurance and hidden costs. Few discuss the hidden money drain, vet bills, lost cattle performance, worker absences, replacement labor, delayed harvest, chemical treatment cycles, equipment downtime, higher operating stress. Some threats don't bankrupt farms in one blow. They bleed them slowly. And then there are the conspiracy theories. The internet theories. Whenever a silent threat grows, theories explode. Were ticks engineered, released intentionally, exaggerated for profit? There is no verified evidence proving those claims. But conspiracy theories thrive when real problems are ignored. And the real problem is serious enough already: environmental change, underdiagnosis, expansion, economic pressure. Reality doesn't need fiction to be dangerous. Map of risk. States already dealing with growing concern include Texas, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Northeast Lyme hotspots, Midwest expansion zones. Some states know the battle has started, others may still think they're safe. That's often how exposure spreads. And the biggest question may be this: could ticks become worse than drought? Ticks versus drought. Farmers prepare for drought. They insure against drought. They plan irrigation for drought. But ticks, they arrive silently. They affect labor. They affect cattle. They affect health. They increase costs. They can worsen productivity even in a good rainfall year. That makes them different and potentially underestimated. The next decade. 1980s, medical curiosity. 2000s, public health concern. 2020s, national expansion. 2030s, could become a major agricultural cost center, could reshape rural healthcare burden, could pressure livestock margins, could influence food inflation. The next decade may decide everything. Behind every statistic, there is a rancher losing weight gains, a farmer too exhausted to work, a family facing bills, a crew missing harvest windows, a business fighting invisible losses, all because of something almost too small to notice. No roar, no warning, no spotlight until the damage is already real. America watches oil, weather, politics, interest rates. But one of the fastest growing threats to farms may be hiding in the grass. The danger isn't just the tick, it's underestimating it. If this opened your eyes, share it. Because awareness may be cheaper than the crisis that follows.